welcome back. I'm Sandy, and on today's episode of The Next Sandy, I'm going to share with you a recipe for a one-pot meal. Who doesn't love one-pot meals? So simple, so easy. And this is my recipe for chicken and rice, one pot. Everything goes in one pot, serve it right on the table. It's absolutely gorgeous to look at, and it's so tasty, so tasty. And it's one of those hearty one-pot meals that you are absolutely going to love, I promise you. Let's go over what we will be using. I've got some boneless, skinless chicken thighs here, and I like to use thighs. And if you've watched my other videos, you know I love to use chicken thighs because they're so much more juicier than the breast is. But if you don't have chicken thighs, you go right ahead and use the chicken breast or whatever you want to use, because we're going to end up just pulling it apart anyway, so it's not really going to matter what piece of chicken you use. I've also got in here some finely chopped garlic, a little bit of onion salt, some celery seed, and I know this sounds kind of like you're thinking celery seed. I'm telling you, it goes, when it combines with the other flavors and you get that little pop in your mouth, it's on the money. You gotta trust me on this. And then here I've got some, this is just instant, the white long grain rice. Quick and easy. This is a very quick meal. And then I've got a little bit of chicken bouillon. This is not the bouillon cubes. This is the, like the consistent, the sandy type, whatever you call it. It's like the crushed bouillon. And then I've got some rosemary and some chicken stock. And what I did is I just put the bouillon right into my chicken stock, because I don't know about you, but I mean, chicken stock to me don't have a whole lot of flavor, chickeny flavor. I think that you need to add to enhance it. I like to enhance my chicken stock with extra flavors. And we're also going to use a little bit of salt and pepper and some olive oil. And what we're going to do is we are going to get to the stove and we are going to get started. While I'm waiting for my pan to heat up, I'm going to go ahead and put some pepper right on top of my chicken thighs. Nice little dusting of pepper. And we're going to do just a little bit of salt, because you don't want to over salt. You could always test it, before you serve it. So what we're going to do is, to our pan, we're going to, our nice little stock pot here, add you a little bit of vegetable oil, not vegetable, olive oil. Add just some olive oil in there, and then you're going to add your garlic and your onion salt right in there. And what you're going to do is you're just going to infuse the olive oil with your flavors there, and as soon as it hits the pan, the smell is amazing. It's just amazing. You're not really going to cook this, but just maybe for a minute. And then we're going to add in our, oh my gosh, oh my goodness, that smells so good. That smells amazing. Go ahead and, I'm sorry, I'm having a moment here. Bear with me. Go ahead and throw your thighs in there. Very simple, and this is so hearty. And on cold winter days, this is amazing. Throw your thighs in there. If you want to serve a salad with this, you go right ahead, and then you're set. Look at that, perfect. You hear that? I like that. And then go ahead and pepper that side as well. Look at all that pepper I use. We're going to brown this on both sides, maybe 2 minutes, just kind of get a nice little coating on there. And then we're going to add the rest of the ingredients, except for the rice, I'm telling you. And this is so quick and easy. Okay, I've seared my chicken on both sides, and I want you to look down in there. Look at that. Once we pour the chicken stock in there, all of that is flavored down in there. You see that? That's stuck to the bottom of that? It's amazing. And you may ask, why do I do this before? Why don't I just pour everything in there and just start cooking it? Because number one, that is extra goodness, and you want to sear that on there, and that's just going to be an abundance of flavor. And number two is, when you do this, it cuts down on the cooking time. You're not going to have to cook your chicken as long. But what we're going to do is go ahead and add your chicken stock. Oh, it's burning me. Look at that. Beautiful. Your celery. And this is your rosemary. You don't have to break it off there, cut it up or nothing. Pow. Did you see that? Instant. Pow. And we are going to turn this up and let it come to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, we're going to place a lid on it, turn it down to medium-low, and let it simmer away, a little bit more than simmer, but let it cook nice and bubbly for about maybe 35-40 minutes until your chicken is done, and that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and put the lid on it, and then I will meet you back here. Okay, my chicken is completely done, and I'm telling you, I love when you cook chicken in liquids on top of the stove, kind of like boiling it. It makes it so tender. Look at that. That knife is just going right through that. I love that. I could just eat this right here and just forget about the chicken noodles. Oh, here comes my dog. She knows when you're cutting something up that she's spoiled. Spoiled rotten. But go ahead and shred that up, you know, into little chunks. It don't have to be shredded. And we're going to throw it back into the pan. This cooked for about 35-45 minutes. Back into the pan it goes. I'm gonna have my, oh, you need to wait on that. Love it. Let's go back over to the stove. Put that right in there. Oh, my kitty cat smells the chicken. And make sure you go ahead and fish out your rosemary stalk. Now, a few of the pieces fell off. That's quite all right. It's edible, of course. Put that back in there. Give it a stir. And now is a good time to sample your broth for saltiness. That's perfect. That is perfect. Perfect. Let's bring it back up to a boil. And we are going to throw our rice in there. Watch, Adam. Both of them just standing there, about to make me trip over them. This is amazing. We're going to throw our rice in there. And we're going to put the lid back on it. I know you think that's a lot of juice, but it's okay. I'm going to start with my knife because I'm not going to double dip. Bring it back up to a boil. This is instant rice. If you don't want to use instant rice, that's perfectly fine. That's why it's going to just take just a minute. Bring it back up to a boil, and then I'm going to turn it off, put the lid back on it, sit it on the back of the stove for maybe 5 minutes, and then it's done. Dinner is ready. Perfect. And I'll show you when we get there. I mean, look at this. My chicken rice is done to perfection. And the rice is nice and tender. Oh my goodness, it's so delicious. I can't tell you how good that is. And you know what? This chicken and rice is something that you need to, or any dish like this, you need to add a little bit of color to it. Like, just add a little bit of color to that. Just a little bit of parsley right on top there. And that's all the color you need. Gotta have a colorful life. I want you to lick this big bowl. I'm just getting me some out to taste. Don't judge. As I reach over the cameraman to get my spoon. The broth to this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. And it's so hearty. Comfort food at its finest. Chicken's nice and tender. I told you about the celery, that you get just a little bit of bite and you get the hint of the celery flavor in there. You're really going to need to try this. Make sure you subscribe. The little button's right up there. Subscribe. And show me some love, and I'll see you next time. Bye. It's good.